Welcome back to aventglitch. I hope you're having a great day. And a lot of this fabric was actually painted a long time ago, like in 2020, I think, I think it was then, or maybe 2021. So like almost like 4 or 5 years ago. And I don't know why I decided to finally use it in a project after all this time. And I just kept on and kept on and kept on and kept on, and now this is it. This is what it ended up being after I don't know how long is it, like years? I didn't know what to do with it. It was just sitting in my storage. I mean, I have I have a lot of fabric. I mean, I don't have enough fabric, but I have a lot though. So this was just a long time coming, which I did make a t-shirt out of it. I don't know if I know I showed you that, but I don't know if I made a video on it. Yeah, I don't remember how many videos I made. I don't know, this is like maybe the 14th one, maybe, if I'm keeping track. I don't know how many of these I've made, but I just like talking, so it just gives me an excuse to talk and talk and talk. So, but also, like, I talk all the time, so I will spend days without talking because I'm constantly, like, if you ever watch my live streams, I don't shut up. I never shut the fuck up, ever. Like, I'm just constantly talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and just speaking all the time. So, whenever you watch that, like, I'll make fun of Anna Wintour and say things that I've experienced and make fun of people in the fashion industry and, and like the gatekeepers and people that, that care more about money than actually, they're actually helping people and, the people that hate me for my experience and they're just not good people in my opinion. But that's from my perspective. Now, obviously, I'm from the outside looking in. So if that's what it's like on the inside, from viewing the outside, I couldn't imagine being in there. I would also be miserable, unhappy, and stressed out all the time. Like, especially, like, being not even 25 yet and just being worked to death and having every ounce of me squeezed out and get paid as little as possible and exploited as possible. At 22, I'd be miserable. Oh, God, I would not want that in my life. I mean, at 22, I was an alcoholic. I don't know what I was doing. Well, maybe, yeah, just about. So, a functioning alcoholic, I should say. So, like, I don't know. I just couldn't imagine what it's like. Like, I would have been more of a functioning alcoholic if that was the case. Like, everyone around me has $1 million homes, $100 million in the bank, like, whatever. They're exploiting you, and they're making more money off of me, and I'm getting paid peanuts. Yeah, I would want to drink more alcohol than I would have when I was miserable at 22. So I don't know how these people do it or get away with it or anything like that. Like, here I am just constantly working. But at the same exact time, I'm here doing this thing constantly, and I just couldn't imagine what these kids are going through, especially since I started at 25, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. So, like, right after my birthday, October 21st, I signed up for a class, and then now I'm doing this. But, like, once again, I'm on the outside, and they hate me. So, like, that's why I don't care if I talk about these people. I'm not going to give out names or anything, unless if they're, like, famous and people already know them. But, like, I'm not going to give out the names of the smaller people that are in the circle that I've met because I don't want to, it's just, I just want to keep that anonymous. But, like, you can find these people if you really wanted to because, they're in public. So, it's just, like, you would, like, if you know. That's my speaking point. And, they could obviously sue me or do whatever they want if I, because I'm talking shit about them or whatever. Or just, I mean, I wouldn't call it talking shit. Like, and that's what one of my friends said. But, like, I don't think that's talking shit necessarily. I think that's more so just me, like, just angry and young at the entire system that's built on exploitation and just, hurting people. And, like, I couldn't imagine having children. So for me, and then making $100 million and being able to sleep at night, like, or exploiting people's work at a young age and then drying them up and then having them burn out and then letting them never work in the industry again because they can't, because they're all used up because I made as much money as possible with them when they were young. I'd be miserable. I just couldn't imagine. And, that's why I more like accomplished people. I like to work with accomplished people that know what they're doing, and I don't like exploit them. But that's just me. I pay them fairly or as best I possibly can with what little money I have. But like that's just like the beginning. Like I don't know what it's going to be like when it's like we're talking about millions of dollars. That's a whole different perspective. But like I know that I will try my best not to be like them in every way possible. I might not even become as big as them. They're out here getting all the funding, getting all the specialness, getting all the attention. Like I said, they're hanging out with Anna Wintour. So, they're like, that's why they got chosen, because they're in. so they don't even have to try. It's all connections to get that point. So they just get all the special treatment and attention. And here I am. No one knows who I am. No one really cares who I am. And I'm okay with that, because whatever. Like I said, I started this years ago. I didn't know what I was doing when I started. Here I am, just cutting and sewing this garment, which by the way sold. By the way, thank you so much, Heidi. That bought. I can, she makes great jewelry. I don't know why she bought it. I was really surprised. I was all like, well, it's expensive, and you're young, because she's, a young adult. But like I really appreciate your purchase. Thank you. I was able to, get my cell phone fixed because of that. So that means a lot to me. Thank you. But you know what I mean. There's like this constant state of like, oh, I'm going to say the wrong thing, and the wrong people are going to hear it, or the right people are going to hear it, and then I'm going to lose all my opportunities. But it's all like, here's like, I'm like anti-genocide already, and I'm like pro-Palestine, so like my opportunities already go out the damn window, because not being pro-genocide. I'm not getting it. I'm not political, but like that geopolitical thing that's going on right now is gigantic. And, if you pick the wrong side, you can lose all your opportunities and stuff like that, because that's just the world we live in, and people want to support other people and whatever. I'm just saying that I just don't like children starving to death, and I know that a lot of people in the fashion industry are, always in this weird sense of dread when it comes to that. So like, you say the wrong thing, you have the wrong opinion, you lose out on billionaire support. Okay, whatever, that's fine. I you can go back and watch all the live streams where I'm just saying these things about these things about billionaires, and just like I don't know, like I actually deeply care about like people starving and stuff like that, even in the United States. So like because I was one of those poor people that was exploited, and I really do believe that that's why all the people that started those online communities and now sold them, because billionaires can't do that, but the only people that can do that are real people. That's why they buy them, and that's why they buy the online communities for billions of dollars. Look at Depop. That was only worth $1 billion, like $1.2 billion for 30 million people. Which is, I think that's a lot. I think that's kind of undervalued. But then also you look at Mr. Beast for 100 million subscribers, and that was only $1 billion. So like, maybe $30 million, or maybe 30 million followers and $1 billion is like a fairly priced, like, for like something that's reselling in market. Because now it's just all AI slop now, and they're just using AI to like. They're just using like everyone's likenesses and figuring out trends and all that. You Google Depop, you go on their website, and it just shows you what's trending all the time. So like that's all AI. So like at the end of the day, they're using everyone's likeness to build an algorithm to sell more clothing to people, which is crazy. If you really look into it, which is why I was told by my friend that they're after nations and just not after whatever. So even this, like, there's just like this constant thing that's going on all the time, and we always feel like we're stuck, or we always feel like there's this thing that we don't know where to go or what to do, and it always feels that way every single time we do this. But like also, like that's why we could build things uniquely our own. Like that community, like I was gonna go back to Mr. Right. Mr. Beast only got valued at $1 billion, which was weird because at the same exact time, like Depop was $1 billion, and that was $1.2 billion, and Mr. Beast was only worth $1 billion. So, and also it has like, you know, I don't know, whatever, like 6 times as many people, which is 100 million people, and was only $1 billion. And so I feel like Mr. Beast was like underpriced in comparison to, like, they were lowballing him. Like if they're paying $1.2 billion for 30 million people in a community, then that means if they're willing to pay only $1 billion, actually less, only $1 billion for 100 million people, then they're lowballing them. Like, no wonder why he didn't sell it. I don't blame him. But, like, what I'm trying to say here is that that's where we live now. That's the constant state that we live in. This and that huge, like, we don't know what's going on next. It's all owned by BlackRock or whatever, Blackwater, whatever the hell it's called. You know, it's all sponsored by them. And whatever billionaire hedge fund you want to name in your head, they have their finger in the pie somewhere, or they own the pie. Like it's like TikTok, and how TikTok started all the, you know, how they made that algorithm where you want to scroll through reels. Well, TikTok started that, and then everyone wanted that. So it's why do you think there's, you know, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, and you look at Instagram Reels, you don't get paid a dime to make those. Like, they just exist, and I don't even know the point of Instagram Reels, to be honest, at this point. But, like, at least you know, on TikTok you can get the creator fund, or you can get, you know, ads on Facebook, but or YouTube. But, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say at this point. This isn't even about fashion anymore. Anyway, so let's go back to that. Yeah, I'm hated by people in the fashion industry, like the young kids that have all the, you know, have all the attention, have all the likes, have all the opportunities in the world. I don't know what I did to them, by the way. I've never treated them any other way than anybody else. But, like, I never, like, I just said, hey, that's great, I'm happy for you. Like, I was happy, smiling. But I never, like, insulted. I mean, I don't know if I insult. I don't know. I inadvertently insult people all the time. Okay? So if I've ever inadvertently insulted you, I'm sorry. I apologize. That's just how I am as a person. So I could have done that to anyone watching right now, and that was just me being me, okay? I can't change me for you. I may inadvertently insult you, and that's just how I am. And I probably inadvertently insulted them because, you know, they have all the opportunity, all the money, all the richness, everything, and then here I am, just like, I'm barely surviving month to month, you know. I'm not with Anna Wintour. I actually, like, you know, like, I don't rework things. I fully cut and sew things from the ground up. You know, I'm just, like, on a completely different level from what they were working with too. So I was all like, so in my opinion, they want bare minimum, maximum profit. So, like, like this garment took like 7 hours because all of my machine broke and all this stuff happened, and I had to go around, and I had to, you know, go around the city, and I had to call around, and I had to go find a repairman, and I had to pay $90 to get it repaired, and, you know, how to do all the different work, right? Like just what happened during the process of this, my surgery, which is right now in the photo I'm in the video that I'm looking at. Anyways, yeah, so that broke down, and I had to go around. So this garment just took forever and ever, and I had to constantly work and go everywhere. And, you know, I don't have an assistant, I don't have a team. It's just all me. So I have to do all the work, and that's a lot of work. And there's people out there that, you know, don't have to do that because they have a team or money, or all their machines are, you know, worked on all the time because they can afford whatever, and they just don't have to worry about it. Okay, that's not me. And I'm nowhere near that. And I'm not consulting with, like, Kid Super or even working with Kid Super. I think Kid Super is a gimmick, in my opinion. He does normal, everyday, average garments and just puts some art on it and then calls it, and then sells it for like $800. And people are like, yay, I want it. I want the average looking garment with some beautiful art on it. I'm like, I don't know. The silhouette's boring. It's just, every silhouette he does is just copy of Supreme. So I don't know. I don't know why people are eating that up. But, you know, whatever. People love Supreme, I guess. I don't really call it innovative. I mean, when it first started, I think he wanted to be innovative, but he just, I don't know, in my opinion, didn't end up that way. So like people just hold on to Kid Super like he's gospel or something. I'm just like, meh. I don't think he's the best in the game or anything. I actually not interested in Kid Super whatsoever. I think I followed him for a little bit on Instagram, and then I just got bored because but nothing new. It was all the same old shit. And I don't know. I'm same old shit. Like, but people love that. People love safety and that, but I know that's not me. That's why I got everything designed to be 100% unique and all that, by Pattern Maker and all that, which I was blessed to even have, that. Because I understand some people can't do that and they don't have that. And, like I just got lucky enough to have that around me at the time. I love you, Linda. Thank you. You know who you are. Anyways, yeah, without her, I don't know where I'd be right now, to be honest, because I got so tired of just doing the same silhouette like everyone else and having the same garments on their rack of everybody else. I just wanted to change. So, I 100% did that, and I did that 8 months ago now, and this is the result of it. Like, whatever you're seeing right now is like, I mean, I don't know. People say this has been done before or whatever. It's fine. I don't think I did grain line right on that hood right there on the back. I think that was a screw up, and that's okay. But like, yeah, like I didn't mean to. I forgot what the hood grain line was because I don't know why. I'm an idiot. Okay, but I don't know. It could look way worse. Like actually, could look 10 times worse. So, like my old garments. But yeah, this is an evolution of me and Heidi, who the one who bought that. Thank you so much. You make great jewelry, by the way. I would never wear jewelry personally. I don't like stuff touching my skin. It bothers me. But yeah, you noticed something I didn't notice. How like the painter. I forgot the painter's name. So that one of the crew necks that I used to make this garment was Monet. It was from some Monet thing, because in the 90s Monet had a big show. I mean, he's dead now, but in the Chicago what's that called, the museum, not the Museum of Modern Art. I forgot what it's called, but one of the art museums over here, Art Institute. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. They had some big, like, huge show for Monet, and they marketed it, and they sold merchandise, and that was one of the crew necks. And apparently people I actually used part of it in an old project years ago, and people were complaining about it. I cut it up. I don't really care, but I thought that was funny. But anyways, and then what am I trying to say here? Oh yeah, so apparently the same colors of the paint that I used to paint the hoodies years ago is the same colors as the Monet painting, like the palette on the Monet painting. I didn't even notice that. So, like, that's kind of funny. Well, I mean, also, when you can't see images in your head, like, when you have aphantasia, I think that's another problem, because I don't know I have no reference of anything when I'm sewing these things together. I can't imagine anything. I can't imagine anything when I'm sewing. Like, I literally have no imagination. Like, I don't know. So, like, that's why I can't copy anybody else. Like, I can do patchwork, and, it's really hard for me to, like, copy other people, because I don't remember what their patchwork looks like. Like I literally do not remember what their patchwork looks like. So like I can see their patchwork when it's physically in front of me or physically in a photo in front of me or whatever, but like I can't close my eyes and imagine it. I don't know what that looks like. I've never, like, maybe I've done it like once or twice. Maybe I dreamed like once or twice in my life, but that's not me. I don't do any of that. But like, that's like it for me. Like, that's this constant state of like, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But there's people that love that. What am I trying to say here? I don't know. I hate Anna Wintour. Okay, I hate gatekeepers. I hate all the billionaires. I hate exploitative people. That's what I'm trying to say here, I guess. At the end of the day, I don't know anything about Monet either, or this painting or this garment. It actually just took way too long, and I'm happy that it's finally here. Well, anyways, I don't really know what else to say, but I said a lot, and this is just one long stream of consciousness. Now I'm getting really tired. I hope you enjoy to the end, because I'm not going to say anything. Just enjoy the sounds and like relax or whatever. And I hope you enjoyed this, and hope you learned something. And I don't know. Anyways, I hope you all have a great day. Hope you have a great morning, day, whatever. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the process of this. I'm making more of these. I just have a very slow. I just don't know what to say sometimes. So I have to edit it down too. And sometimes, like I said, 7 hours of footage. So I have to edit it down to like 20 or like 20 to 40 minutes, depending on my mood. And this one ended up being 20 minutes, at least in talking. And the rest of it's just going to be me doing whatever. Anyways, hope you have a great day. Hope you enjoy. Hope you learned something. Bye. Thank you. Okay, I made the hoodie. What do all of you think of the hoodie? Oh, by the way, everyone, I have a surprise for next stream, which is probably going to be tomorrow. Guess what I bought? I bought a whole bunch of black hoodies. So I guess what I'm going to make? I'm going to make the full black hoodie. So, yeah. The joke is going to be real. I'm only making it as a joke. I'm not making it for, like, anything serious. Anyways, let me go take a photo in the mirror. Be right back. Let's see, where's my cell phone? Yes, I am. Hell yeah, I dig the Hell yeah, I dig the color scheme in the cowl neck hood is fire. Thank you, I appreciate that. Haha, you're gonna make it. That is so awesome or silly. Yeah, thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know why I decided to make it. They just like, I don't know. I guess it's just a joke at this point, so. Yeah, I don't know. This is the garment. Oh, how long did that take? It took an hour to finish it. Okay, that's not that bad. Oh. I don't know. Does anyone have any questions or want to discuss anything or anything like that, you know? I'm available to talk, finally. Yeah, this carpet took about 5 hours to make, I think. Did you add the paint splatters too, or did the fabric come that way? So the paints, I added them years ago, actually. So I had this hoodie, and I used to just paint garments. And, yeah, the paint splatters was me from, like, 2020 or 2019 even. I don't know, 2020, yeah. Or in 2021.